Good evening, everyone. Welcome to round 5, CDR Tier 2, round 5, round China. I am your host this evening, King Lockman. I do apologise about the slightly later stream. Right, that's better. I was actually talking in-game, so I do apologise about that. Just needed to put myself into a party. Sorry about the late stream. I didn't realise Royal Mail decided to deliver parcels at 8:30. But there we go. Each to their own. So it is a sprint weekend this weekend, so it is a short qualifying session. So as always, I will try my best to keep up as best as possible with all the action that is happening during this short quali session. As you can see, it is raining. I'm hoping that somebody will give us an update as to who am I looking for. So I'm looking for the next person on track. I think it might be Curly. Hopefully someone will give us an update of what the weather's supposed to be like. China is notorious for its weather changes. So Curly is going to be the first to set a time on the softs. So let's see how that goes for him. As Mechanical says, evening Lockman, evening Mechanical, how are you, bud? What's your pace looking like this evening? Wet quali, dry race, thank you very much Mechanical, finally making yourself useful. As Curly jumps in there with a 142 flat, so let's see who else is going to decide to have a little go as Simba's spinning everywhere. Mechanical says awful in the rain. Yeah, I seem to actually drive better in the rain for some reason, but then you tend not to overdrive, so I'm sure you'll be up there or thereabouts. Cole. Simba's struggling to get back into the pits at the moment. Let's see what else is going on. Nice to see Kane back in as well. As he's sliding all over the place. Yeah, obviously hasn't been here the last couple of weeks, been away. So he'll be looking to stamp his authority on this tier. We all know he's got the pace and certainly got the racecraft. Just see what he does. So a little run through your order for the guys that have already set times. So it's Ashik, Bonival, Ehal, Kieran, Kev, King, Clay, Gameful, Mechanical, Kane Lowry, Curly, Coltrim, Paranoid, TT Dylan Gaming, Warrior Huntsman hasn't set a time yet, so let's see what Kane does on his first lap on these soft tyres. Certainly does look dry enough for him. Certainly is dry enough. Again, he's 1.7 seconds better off just through sector 1 alone. This could be quite an interesting end towards the end of this session. Could get quite exciting with just 7.5 minutes left to go. Yeah, certainly time is 4.3 seconds better off through 2 sectors. So that track is definitely improving at a rate of knots. As Bonnie Val says, it's absolutely bone dry. Lovely stuff, thanks bud. I can't exactly tell that from commentary, to be fair, so you know, I'm just going by what I can see. As Cammy Moo jumps in, or Cammy Mo as he wants to be called, a 135.3, Curly a 135.9, Kane with a 134.3, Cavaliers a 136.3. See who else. So let's see if Mechanical is improving. He is almost 5 seconds better off. And Toxer a 135.3 puts himself currently P3. This looks like a really good lap from Mechanical so far. As Bonnie Val says, wanted to use DRS but wasn't sure if I could, seeing as I was on inters. I think you're just not allowed to run inters on a dry track in terms of like doing out laps if it's completely dry. Obviously if it's crossover period and you're unsure, then that's fair enough, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you could use DRS. I'm pretty sure once the DRS enabled, comes up, should really be your time to come in, because then you could be penalised for using essentially. A compound that you shouldn't be. But I like the fact that you were sensible about it and didn't do it anyway, so it shows that you used your brain. Right, so Mechanical 133.4, Paranoid 133.9. A few more guys on laps at the moment. Anderson is on a lap as well. Ninja jumps in with a 133.3, and so does Carl Trim, a 132.4. I really do think this is going to be a case of whoever crosses the line and can hook a lap up last is going to most likely take pole position for the sprint, as Anderson aborts his lap. Ehal is on a lap, it looks like. Didn't quite catch his second sector split. Gameful jumps in level 133.1. So Carl just sort of sitting out there in a league of his own at the moment. We'll see if anyone can disrupt him towards the closing stages of this Q session. As I say that, Ehal does. He goes a 131.7. That track is ramping up extremely quickly. Simba getting out of the way. Clay jumps from there, 132.7. A good lap time from him. As Ashik goes quickest, a 1:31.7, but he was blocked off by an Alfa Romeo in the process. I'm not too sure who that was. He was in the other Alfa this evening. Oh, I can't see it. Simba, it looks like. Let's see if Simba is improving. There's a Sheik is all over the back end, but it's just at a lap, so I'm unsure what he's playing at, to be honest. This could get a little bit stupid, if I'm totally honest. I'm not sure why Sheik just didn't do that in the first place, but each to their own. Gainful is slightly improving. Simba is 4 tenths better off for 2 sectors. See what he can do. Puts himself P7 on 1:33.4. And Tox is off the track at the moment. Oh, someone jumped in there, but I can see who it was. Kieran, a 1:32.3. As I say, I think the last person to set a lap is most likely going to be on pole if they can hook up their lap perfectly. I'm just trying to find out who's where and who's doing what, because it's a little bit hard to keep up with. I think Kane might be starting a lap. Kane is starting a lap, so let's see what he can do. So I was just replying to a Discord notification in the server. I do apologise, I missed that. Sector 1 from Sector 1 split. He is almost 2 seconds better off for 2 sectors. Is our good old buddy there, Kane. See what he can do. As he is getting a nice little toe off this McLaren in front. I don't think that McLaren's going to get out of the way either, because I believe that may be an AI. Unless that's Kieran. Yeah, that's an AI. Where was Kane? There he is. He goes quickest, 1:31.6. We've got Mechanical, I believe, will be next. And he goes a 1:32 flat, P5 currently. Who's that? Kev King, I think it might have been, is 1:31.7. Carl 1:32.1. Bonneville 1:31.8. Gainful is the only one now, and he is invalidated. So that is your order for our sprint race. So it's going to be Kane taking P1, Kev King is rounding out your front row with Ashik and Ehal just popping in behind there on the second row. So we will see how this race plays out. as everyone's just taking their formation lap. So we will see what tyres everyone's gone for. So Kane, Kev King, Ashik, Anderson, Gainful, Cavalis, Clay, Curly, Simbatten and Toxa all opt in for the softs. Everyone else jumping on the mediums. Haven't again managed to do much practice round here, if I'm totally honest, so I'm unsure on degradation. So this is all new to me as well. Kane, another one like myself that just likes to get on with the formation lap. A lot of the other guys obviously like to hang back, warm their tyres up as quickly, slowly, however you want to say it. I'm very much a person that just likes to get it over and done with, get it out of the way, start racing. We're just approaching the grid then. As the grid is just about ready. Here we go then. As 5 red lights are out. Oh, no, they're not yet. They are now, they're out, and away we go. Kane getting a pretty decent start. Although Kev jumps him into turn 1. Everyone's seeming just to get by quite nicely. Turn 1 is a little bit of a tricky one. There we go then, everyone is through, or someone is glitching massively in the middle there. I don't know who that is. A fairly clean getaway from everyone there, it appears. So I would imagine that Kev and Kane will be trying to push as hard as they can to break the DRS from the guys behind on obviously the more durable tyre, as Gainful has retired. We have had an accident and he has put himself into a wall, it looks like. It's unfortunate for Gainful, but it does bring out the safety car. Everyone just drive past the safety car. He will wait. So this to me would, well, not, well, I say to me, this is going to benefit the softer runners. Obviously, probably going to have another lap behind the safety car after this one. So there's not too much wear going to be going through it over the next 2 laps. So we'll see what happens with them softer runners. Just waiting for the safety car to pick up the rest of the drivers then. So hopefully the safety car comes in this lap, which I can't see why it wouldn't. And we can get back underway again. I don't understand why it's not come in yet. This game, from a comms point of view, is infuriating sometimes. There's just no need for this extra lap, but it is going to help the soft runners. So we'll see if the softer compound runners can make use of this couple of laps behind the safety car. We'll check the positions for everyone to see what's happened. So the biggest gainer in the top 10 is Camimo at the moment. The biggest loser is Ashik. Warrior Huntsman also down 7 positions outside the top 10 at the moment. So there are points on offer from 1st to 8th here in CDR for sprint weekends. So plenty of points up for grabs. Obviously the feature is where you're going to be making most of your points up, but it's always nice at the end of the season when there's only a couple of points in it that you know that them sprint weekends could have helped you. As I was just reading something, I do apologise. I'm guessing that the safety car in this lap message has appeared because Kev is now backing everyone up. This is getting a bit hot. Just gonna take the jacket off. Some of you wondering why I've got a jacket on. I don't have a boiler at the moment, so we're using heaters. Hence why I've got to take a coat off. So here we go then, away we go. A whole bunch of people just everywhere. People making up positions, losing positions left, right and centre. So Mechanical looks to have jumped Ehal. Cammy has dropped back slightly as well. Oh, he has dropped back massively. Cammy looks to have had an issue then, or is it Dylan? One of the two. Looks to have had a bit of an issue. It's disappointing for them guys. Just jump back on board with Kane and see if he can now hunt down Kev. As we have an incident in Sector 2. May have either been paranoid or a sheik. There's lots of battling going on. We're now about to witness Warrior trying to make a double. As that's Dylan instead without a front wing, but he makes the double overtake. We'll need another wing, of course. And that's may have ruined Cammy. It has the hassles of double stacking. That has ruined Cammy's race for this sprint. So Mechanical just slightly dropped off the back of Bonneville, but Bonneville is keeping up with the front two on them more durable tyres. Looks to be pushing Kane through these next sets of corners. So let's see if Bonnie can make the move. Mechanical has jumped back into that 1 second margin of Bonneville. Now Ehal's turn to try and do the same. Bonnie looking for a move down the inside. If Kev can't get it done, opens the door to Mechanical. Kane Lowry takes P1. Here we go then, DRS is enabled as Mechanical looks up the inside of Bonneville, which turns to the outside. Now looking for the switchback. Appears to have got the better drive as well. And he does, made the move stick. It's a nice little move there from Mechanical. Bonneville just heading out slightly wide. As Cavalis has had a bit of an issue, which is unfortunate for him. Running quite nicely up there. Oh, and that has brought out the safety car. That is our second safety car of the evening. I've just had a comment on the old YouTube, and I won't repeat the actual word, but Holly Sarah, Dan, you are a word that cannot be repeated live on stream. Damien Pinder, I'm sticking with my recommendation to turn off the safety car. It literally kills the racing. I agree to a certain extent. This is my personal opinion. This isn't on behalf of the admins or anything like that, so please don't take what I'm about to say. Basically just don't take it as it coming from the admins. This is just my own personal view on it. Safety car does kill racing, but that one time it doesn't kill racing. You have the best racer of the season normally here in CDR, and there's usually maybe 2 or 3 that happen where the late safety car comes out, and you've heard it in tier 3 comms with Dangle and Clay. They just end up losing their heads at it all, in quite a nice, in a good way of course, but their minds are blown when a late safety car comes out. So I see the pros and the cons to it, but again, that's just my personal opinion. Is I like it on. I prefer it being on. I think it makes it more realistic, and I think sometimes it actually brings the racing a little bit more closer together, because like for example now the field is now about to be spread back up again. So there's pros and cons to it. So here we go then, safety car is in this lap. That's going to allow Ninja and it looks like Dylan to jump on the back of this little train, this little pack. They're going to get DRS maybe on the last lap. I don't think they will. It'll just be a 2-lap sprint till the end. So Kane will lead us away, but this is doing wonders for the softer runners' tyres, managing to drag it out this long. So is Kane gonna go early? He does, bolts it now. Away we go then. Everyone appearing to get away, fairly comfortable. Kieran coming under attack from Carl. Carl just gets the move done around the outside, nice and easy. Kane is taken off from Kev. He's now 1.2 seconds clear. Kev is slowly reeling Kane back in. As I say that, the gap builds again. So here we go then, as we start the final lap of this sprint qualifying session. Kane doing well at the moment, just to keep Kev at arm's length. As Simba has retired from the session, and that is a general retirement as well. He's stuck it in the wall, it looks like, the final 2 corners. As Ashik gets our first penalty of this evening. Kane just taken off into the distance now. Let's see if Mechanical can make a late charge towards Kev. It doesn't appear like he's going to be able to. Looks like Kev's got that one covered off. And that is the end of this sprint qualifying as Kane comes around the final corner to take P1, Kev King P2, Mechanical P3, Ehalzu P4, Bonneville P5, Carl Trim P6, Clay P7, Kieran P8, Anderson P9, Dylan P10, Warrior P11, Cavalis P12, Ninja P13, and Toxa P14, Ashik P15, Curly P16, Camimo P17, and Paranoid rounding out your finishes in 18th. Simba, and I couldn't see who else that was. DNF. So there you go then, just confirmation there. Kane taking P1, Kev King P2, Mechanical P3, Ehalzu P4, Bonneville P5, Carl Trim P6, Clay P7, Kieran P8, Anderson P9, Dylan P10, Warrior P11, Cavalis P12, Ninja P13, and Toxa P14, Ashik P15, Curly P16, Camimo P17, Paranoid P18 finishes, rounding out your finishers with Simba and Gameful. Simba and Gameful obviously DNF'd. It's unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo guys. They'll be looking to make amends. So as the guys have picked their strategy, we will have a look at the tyre compound of everyone in just 2 seconds. So, tyre choices for everyone. Ninja is the only one opting for the softer tyres. Dylan, Cavalis, and Toxa, Ashik, Camimo, Paranoid, Simba all opting for the hards. Everyone else is on the mediums. Excuse me. So yeah, 28 laps to go. So we'll see what strategies everyone decides to play out here. As I said, a medium to soft 16 to 18 laps, or a hard to medium about 15 laps. We'll see what the guys decide to do. As everyone is forming back up. As 5 red lights are out and away we go. Mechanical getting a mega start there. Absolute mega start from Mechanical. Jumped up past Kev King and Kane Lowry. Kane is going to be coming under pressure from Ehal now. And that is correct. He is under pressure from Ehal now. Clay getting past Bonneville. Simba. Simba has retired from the session but is still driving. Right. That brings out the virtual safety car for absolutely no reason. As we're just waiting for the virtual safety car to disappear. As it has. Oh, why does this game do this? All the timings all over the place. As we've lost another one, it looks like Cammy has a little spin. He has indeed. So, Kane is your biggest loser currently. Down 3 positions from first. Let's see the position changes for everyone. Yeah, Clay up 2 at the moment. Dylan up 3. Gameful up 6. Cavaliers down 8, I think that is. as we've lost another one. Looks like Ninja. Ninja's had a little bit of an excursion. Here we go then. Kev King looking for the switchback on Mechanical. And he appears to have got it done. Mechanical's going to look for the move up the inside. Here we go then. This could be a carbon copy of what he done on that one, but it's not. He stays on the outside and gets the move done quite nicely. Nice job from Mechanical there. He is going to be under pressure with the guys getting DRS from behind though. We'll have to keep an eye on that. As Camimu has retired in the pits. We'll see if Kev can get the move done with DRS. It looks like he's probably going to do it with ease. Obviously a massive straight here for people to use to their advantage with the DRS. Mechanical down the inside. Can't make it stick. There we go then. Kev King now takes back the lead of this race. Mechanical looking round the outside, which will then turn into the inside. Lovely driving from these two. Mega driving. And that's going to bring Ehau into play. Kane currently just happy enough to sit there, to be fair. Oh, as Clay got close. That could have ended a lot differently. So Kev with 50% ERS. Mechanical has completely drained his battery now and is going to be struggling down this straight. Ehau quite comfortable there, so is Kane. So here we go then. Ehau is looking at a move. Bonneville and Clay look to be having a little scrap as well. They're not going to get it done. We'll see if Mechanical can make that same move, but he can't, no. So he is struggling massively with the lack of power supplied to the engine now. as Ehal makes it past Mechanical. Sorry if I missed anything, guys. I was dealing with a message. Oh, as Kane almost lost his front wing. A little tap there on the back of Ehal. So Ehal is back within Kev's DRS. Doesn't have a lot of battery to play around with. Is he going to get DRS? He does. That is going to help him. So Ehal and Kane have broken away from Mechanical. No, they haven't. Ehal and Kev have broken away from Kane. Bonneville still sitting there with 70% ERS. So he could be a factor later on in this race, provided there's no more safety cars, which is a big ask. So see what his plans are for the strategy, whether he can make that work or not. Mechanical is falling off the back of Kane. Kane has fallen off the back of Ehal, and Ehal is still trying to get himself back into the DRS of Kev. And Toxa picks up our first 3-second time penalty of this evening. Nice to see someone else getting one other than Osso Bosso. Not here today, reserving for us, but here's the usual culprit. So Bonneville has now made it past Mechanical as well. He'll be looking to push onto the back of Kane and see what those guys can do. Oh, what happened there? What happened to EO? Oh, this is what happens when you try to deal with things. Toxa's now retired from the second. What happens when Toxa? I can't see where that is either, so that brings out the virtual safety car. Let's see if anyone decides to pit. They do. Mechanical, Ehal and Curly all decided to pit. Kieran decides to pit. I think it's early, but it is doable. It is early but doable. But it has worked out massively for them. As long as this stays as a virtual and not a full, this has worked out really well for them. They're going to gain a whole host of time to the cars ahead. But obviously the cars ahead will have much fresher tyres towards the end. There's a whole host of people who got drive-throughs. Ashik drive-through. Looks like Dylan Mayer got a drive-through there as well as Carl. Let's just have a little look to see if I'm correct. Yeah, all three got drive-throughs. Speeding under the VSC. Game for up 13 positions at the moment. Good stuff from him. We're back racing. Dylan and Ashik take their drive-throughs. It's long and painful having to serve a drive-through. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So let's see how quickly Mechanical can start getting past the cars ahead. Let's see what the gap to the leader is. So yeah, I mean at the moment he's teetering on the edge of a pit stop from the leader. So we'll see if that undercut actually works or not for him. Kane is just sitting with Bonnie at the minute. Kev quite comfortable out there with almost 4 seconds worth of time to play around with. Clay just sort of in a little battle with Gainful. So not too much going on, if I'm totally honest. As Mechanical has managed to make it past 2 and 1, it looks like. No, he hasn't. That was a slow moving car. Sheik's had a little bit of an issue. It's unfortunate for Ashik. Let's see what that gap is. Still sitting at 27. Kane doing really well there with 82% ERS left. Guys around him are draining it. He's thinking smart, playing smart, thinking of the long game. So I'd imagine that for the guys that haven't pitted, I would start to see pit stops in the next few laps. Game reckons you can do, well, the game suggests 15 laps for the medium to soft strategy. So the guys could technically pit now if they really wanted to, as Anderson has done exactly that. Gainful and Clay are having a scrap. And they're having a right little ding-dong battle here. Both giving each other loads of room. This is great to see. Clay keeping it pinned down the inside. And can't quite make it stick. As... what happened there? Gainful looks to have had a bit of an incident. Not sure whether there may have been contact between the two. That's now given Clay quite a big gap to himself now, just in P4, so he's now got to decide whether he wants to consolidate P4, sorry, or whether he wants to try and push for the top three. As Kane has made it past Bonnie. Bonnie takes it into the pits. That's going to give Clay another position. He's now into the podium. So let's see. Let's keep an eye on Mechanical still. Whereas he comparison, he hasn't really gained that much, if I'm totally honest. So the leader out in front, he's not gained really anything. So this might not work out for him as he would have hoped. Obviously everyone else's tyres are going to be a lot fresher than his towards the end. The closest real battle we got on track at the moment is Ehal Paranoid. Cartrim. Bonnival now jumping into that mix as well. He needs to start clearing these cars as quickly as possible. Look at that. Mechanical onto the back of Bonnie. Bonnie's already gained that position from Carl. And now he's looking to make another one up. Bonnie out. As we've lost Dylan. Looks like we lost him on the exit of this little double left-hander, and that brings out a virtual. This could work out very well for Kev. It hasn't, but it has worked out for Kane. And Clay. This has worked out very well for them guys. As Carl picks up penalty for drive through, penalty for speeding under the pits. So the gap from Kev to Kane is 24 seconds now. So this could work out really well for Kane Lowry. He could get quite a big undercut here on Kev. If I was Kev, I would be tempted to pit immediately as Bonnie gets around the outside of Ehal and takes it up the inside of Paranoid as well. Whoa, as there's contact in the back between the two, between Paranoid and Ehal. As Ehal has no wing. Right, Kev is in the pits, so where is he in comparison to Kane now? He will be coming out the pits as Kane is coming past him now. Kane is going to take the lead of this race. Kev is just coming out of the pits now, and Bonneville's got him as well. So pitting under the VSC has managed to gain Kane Lowry 2.8 seconds on Bonneville and 3.8 on Kev. Good strategy call there from Kane to see what he can do now. Not too much of a tyre advantage either between the two guys. Only a lap in it. Curly looking for a move on Anderson. As Curly picks up a 3-second time penalty. So Kane Lowry is currently your fastest man on track. That's a new fastest lap of the race. This is sort of your closest battle at the moment. There's not really too much going on throughout the field, if I'm totally honest with you. Paranoid now jumps into the pits. As Ashik sets the fast lap on their fresh mediums. So Curly and Kieran now approaching the back of Anderson. Let's see how quickly they can pass Anderson. Anderson does have the fresher tyres, so it's interesting to see them guys catching him so quickly. Curly looking to the outside, keeps it pinned around the outside. Nicely done between these two, which turns into the inside for the final corner. You can make it work with two wide, but you have to be extra cautious, and that is going to open the door to Kieran as well. He takes Anderson, and now he's going to try and take Curly as well and gets it done. Super driving there as Curly has a bit of a moment there. I'd imagine that he's probably got broken front wing. Bonnie Bowers hunted down Kev King. All over the back of him now. Cavalis also making it past Anderson. Gameful getting involved as well. Let's have a look what Bonnie can do on Kev. Kane Lowry just sitting out there with 4.5 seconds worth of clearance. Bonneville gets it done then. He is past Kev. So let's see if he can now start to hunt down Kane. Obviously it's quite a big ask. The battle of the tyre savers from last week. Obviously Bonnie managing to take them tyres 33 laps was quite impressive. Or 30 laps I think it was, whatever it was. It was very, very impressive. Let's see if he can hunt down Kane. Kev is eyeing him up for a move into the hairpin. Here we go then, as Bonnie just cuts it back. Lovely little job there from Bonnie. But Kev is still trying to keep it in. He thinks better of it going into the final corner. So Kieran is eyeing up a move on Gainful. Quiet race from Clay so far, but decent one nonetheless. Still sitting there in P4. That's a really impressive drive from him. Let's see what is going on with the positions. Gainful up 14. Good drive from him. Curly up 7 so far. Mechanical down 11. Let's check the penalties as well. So just Curly with the 3 seconds. Everyone else has served their drive-throughs. So Kane is extending his lead. It's now at 6 seconds. Bonneville just opening his legs as well to Kev. So Bonnie's still not making too many inroads into the back of Kane. Here we go then. Kev lining up a move into the hairpin, gets it done. It appears. Bonnie comes back for the spitch. Can't get it done this time though. These two still battling. Bonnie gets the better of Kev this time around. These two are still battling. So as I say guys, this is probably the closest battle on track at the moment. Currently the fight for P2. A little bit of a more spread out field. Can Kev make the move? No, he doesn't. Thinks better of it this time around. A good little battle here going on for the last few laps between these two. As E has left the session, let's fire him another invite quickly. Oh, it's not gonna let me, is it? I've just sent him another invite. Hopefully he can get back in as quickly as possible and finish off his race. There we go, he's back in the session. I knew I was going to be useful at some point tonight. Kane just sitting out there with 98% ERS. Everyone else struggling. All the battles going on, but he is on almost 100% ERS with a 7.7 gap. Not the most exciting of races, so I do apologise guys. Kev lining Bonnie up for another move into this hairpin. Bonnie's been wise to it though the last couple of times. And that is going to leave Bonnie with the inside, and he just takes the position anyway. Gainful is slowly rearing. Well, I do apologise, guys. Clay is slowly, Gainful is slowly reeling Clay back in. So just 3 more laps remaining. Kev has a little moment there coming out the hairpin, which may just give Bonnie the little bit of breathing room he might need. As we're on we just started for these two guys at least the penultimate lap of this race. Gainful still catching Clay, so we will keep an eye on that one as well. Doesn't appear that Kev's going to be close enough to make a move into this hairpin again. He's got 2 more cracks at it, and there's another little moment coming out of that hairpin again. 2 laps in a row now. He's going to have 1 more opportunity after this DRS straight to get it done, with the help of DRS obviously down the back straight. As we are now on the final lap of this race. Kane Lowry absolutely dominant after his pit stop. Strategy worked for him. 9-second gap. It's just a really good drive from him. We'll see a few good drives here this evening. Game for another one. He was up about 14 positions from his DNF in the early part of the sprint race. There has been some good individual performances. It's just this race to commentate on hasn't been the most exciting, so I do apologise. Not always easy to commentate on your own on these sorts of races. But we make it work every week, and that is the main thing. It's Kev's final opportunity, and he's not going to be close enough, so let's ride on board with with Kane, as he takes the line with 100% ERS and an 8.2 second gap. Great work from him. Bonnie comes home P2, and Kev King comes home in P3. Really solid drive as well from Clay. Really good drive from him. Really impressive stuff. P4, Gainful, again, really good drive. P5, Cavalis has run out of fuel as he got to the line. That was quite lucky. P6, Kieran, P7, Curly, P8, Ashik has run out of fuel, it looks like. He is going to be... He could drop down massively here. That's disappointing for him, even though we've had plenty of safety cars. So Anderson P8, Curly P9, Warrior P10, Ashik P11, Carl P12, Mechanical P13, Paranoid P14. Silent Ninja will come home in P15, and Ehao Zhu will round out your finishers in P16. So we'll get your podium sitters into the chat in a second. It will be a bit of a quick one for me this evening, as I currently have a 2-year-old screaming in the other room. So just confirmation then. Kane taking P1, Bonneville P2, Kev King P3, Clay P4, Gameful P5, Cavalis P6, Kieran P7, Anderson P8, Curly P9, Warrior P10, Ashik P11, Carl P12, Mechanical P13, Paranoid P14, Ninja P15, Ehao Zhu P16. He was your last of your finishers, with Dylan and Toxa, Kamimu and Simba all not finishing the race. So let's just get your top 3 into the party, which will be Kev King, Kane and Bonnie. We'll see if they come and have a little chat to me this evening. As I say, it will be a little bit of a quick one for me. As Bonnie has joined us.
There's everyone else.
Correct. I'll give them another couple of minutes. As Kane has joined us as well, so we'll just wait for Kev. We'll give him a minute or so. Oh, brilliant. Right, let's get this underway. Right then, we will start with your P2 this evening. Bonneville, good evening, buddy. How are you?
Not too bad. Wasn't a bad race.
It was, from a comms point of view, it wasn't the most exciting race, I must admit. How is it from your point of view, bud?
China's not really my strong point. I mean, I said that about Zambor, and then look what happened there. But if just tyre wear was kind of the big issue. Qualifying wasn't too bad. Decided to do 2 runs on intermediates, which wasn't too bad when the track started drying up, and then just allowed 1 run on softs, which I think basically gave me 2 sets of softs as and when I pleased. Didn't decide to take the softs for the sprint race, just the tyre degradation was just going to be too much. And then the feature race was kind of an interesting one. It was, you didn't want to play it too, I don't know how much to say this. Didn't want to be too casual like Zandvoort, but I didn't want to be too aggressive as, China's first sector's aids at the best of times, but it wasn't too bad. Somehow, I think I lost 1 or 2 positions and made them up. And then when the virtual safety car came out, the person who was in the best position was Colin. And then I don't know what happened behind. I think he said something with Dylan and Ashik. But I'm sure the stewards will probably sort that out in good time. And then, yeah, did I box under green flags? I think I did. So I lost a bit of time, which put me in between E-Hail, Colin, Paranoid. And then getting through those was kind of a priority if I was to have any impact on Kane. Kane pops out 2 or 3 seconds down the road, and that was going to be a bit of an ordeal in itself, given how consistent he was in the sprint on soft tyres. And then the gap just kind of increased to 4, 5, 6, and I had Kevkin behind me, so it was a case of we're not catching Kane. We might as well try and fight for this P2, and if I finish P3, it's still a win at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, it was another very solid performance from you. Obviously, like you say, dropped down multiple positions. Strategy, you could say, sort of didn't play into your hands as such when you lost the positions. So it was it's nice to see you again on the podium, Bonnie. Really consistent so far this season. So hopefully, I'll see you again next week.
Well, it's guitar, so anything can happen, especially with track limits and ERS usage and fuel usage. Not really much place for overtaking, so qualifying will be probably a critical aspect. But at the end of the day, it's probably going to be a fun one.
Yeah, no, definitely, I agree with you there, bud. Have a good weekend, buddy.
Thank you. And well done to Kane, by the way. Mega stint.
And that is
Cheers.
who we are now joined by. Good evening, Kane. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Well, from your perspective, it didn't look as if at one point you would be taking this win. How did that play out in the cockpit?
I got a bit lucky with virtual safety car, but after after the pit stop, it was quite boring race. That just managing the gap behind and trying to manage my tires, but as you know, I never have any issues with tire wear.
No, well, this evening's interview, we've got two people that managed to go 30 laps on tyres that shouldn't be going 30 laps. Bonnie done it last week, and obviously you are the king of tyre saving, Kane. As you say, obviously the virtual safety car helped you out, managing to get onto them hards 2 laps before Kev could, so obviously managed to get the undercut. From your perspective, when you were out there at the front, what was your main aim? Was it just making sure that the gap was as consistent as possible, or were you trying to push to make that gap even bigger?
I didn't push at all. I didn't. After about 5 laps in to the second stint, I didn't use any ERS, so I finished the race with 100%. Just driving around.
Which is quite incredible, really, because most of the guys around you only had about 30-40% left for like the last 5 laps. So for you to have 100% as well, and just a Sunday drive for you, to be fair, was a really good performance again, Kane. Obviously, I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing you on the podium over the next couple of weeks. That would help us out massively for Aston Martin, but it's good to see you back on the podium again, Kane, taking race wins.
Thanks.
That is it for this evening, guys. As I say, it was a little bit of a quicker interview from me this evening. I have 2 children that are currently crying the house down. So next week, as Bonnie mentioned, we are at Qatar at the same time of 8:30. If not, join us on Sunday at the earlier time of 8 o'clock for Tier 3 around China. I have been your host this evening, King Luckman, and this is King Luckman over and out. Let's turn that stream off.